PG&E is admitting that it needs to do better the next time it decides to carry out a public safety power shutdown. The outages last week caused confusion, bled over into low-risk areas. KPIX5's Wilson Walker on why the fixes won't come quickly.
This time last week, we were all preparing for the big shutdown. It did not go well, and chances are the next time will look very much the same.
One thing that's probably quickest and easiest to correct is the communication.
Maps are not really clear.
Go online, you couldn't find anything.
Those are lessons learned that I think are going to be corrected pretty quickly.
Professor Alexander von Meyer teaches a course on power systems at UC Berkeley. She says the past week has been an education in PG&E's ability to manage such a large-scale shutdown. And beyond those communication failures, she says real grid solutions just will not come in the short term.
Now, we have to get better at this. We have to get more surgical.
Last week, PG&E CEO Bill Johnson talked about efforts to make the system more resilient and less weather vulnerable.
System hardening, different equipment on the transmission lines, sectionalizers, enhanced vegetation management.
But even if cost wasn't a factor, that job will take years. So would the idea of dividing the system into microgrids that could provide some kind of power at the community level.
Where we could manage local distribution systems more intelligently and run them with local resources in a kind of emergency configuration. I think that would be a really worthwhile thing to invest in. That's not going to happen overnight.
Of course, everyone would welcome solar microgrid redundancy and, yes, even some strategically buried lines.
I think where people start to really disagree is, well, whose responsibility is it to pay for that?
Because no matter the solution, the costs will be staggering. Last week is just more evidence that climate change is delivering a bill that is due now, and wildfire is hardly our energy grid's only vulnerability.
Who knows, the next power outage might not be something that's within PG&E's control. It could be something totally different. It could be a big earthquake. It could be a cyber attack. Who knows? So it does, I think, behoove us to prepare for that.
In the Berkeley Hills, Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.